be honest, it's just another day. You know, it's another day, and in life, you play with the deck that you have in your hands. The cards you have, you play with. So it's another day. Outside of what I do every day, if I see a new plugin I like, I'll go and cop it. You know, it's just another day. Like that old song, "Life is what you make it," applies to life. You know, it's what you make it. You can't let somebody dictate to you. You have to dictate to life. You know, I started with the SB12, the one that had the big old square floppy disk that used to take like 4 to 5 minutes to load to hear 1.5 seconds of sampling. And the trick was how do you get stuff on 1.5, you know? And a lot of people didn't know how to do it, you know, because after you loop something, you know, you're out of time, and in most cases, you didn't get your full loop. So like I said, I did what I had to do, and I devised ways of making it sound like I had 12 minutes, 15 minutes of sampling time on that machine. Then I threw in tricks that I taught Paul C. Paul C taught me his tricks, and we kind of made like an established method. And then as soon as we perfected that, they came out with the 1200, which was like heaven sent, you know. You jumped, what was it, 5 second sampling on the 1200, if I remember. That was like, you know, so now it was like out of control. it was like the equivalent of the machines today, where it was limited sampling, unlimited. So it was like I jumped to unlimited. And another difference is like sonically, not only you know now you're getting 32-bit and 24-bit, in some cases even 44-bit. That's the rate of sampling for people who aren't technical. Whereas the SB12 only has 16. That's why you had that hard, gritty sound, which was good for the 80s and the 90s. But today, because the effects have gotten so much better, I mean, so much better. Wish we had them back then. But, you know, there's a lot of things that, like when you know, like with like today, I use the Machini, and it's tremendous. Like if you sampling something, you chopping it up. A lot of people don't know because they still only use these devices for looping. You know, they're not choppers. Even when they so-called chopping, they're chopping sections. You know, it's chopping sections. But what I do when I chop, like say if there's a sustained reverb on the drum or instrument or whatever, and in the middle of that you got a hi-hat, a hi-hat or something else happens, you can now remove that hi-hat and whatever else is happening, and it would reconnect to the reverb. Yo, it's like stuff that was back then. It would have been a rap, man. How did this stuff that? Like I'm telling you, it's like amazing what technology has progressed with the music. Like I said, and then you throw in the effects where you can now. I mean, I should have set it up, but there was a song I did where the samples were real choppy because I didn't want anything on them other than the actual music note. So I chopped everything out. But when I played the sequence, it was real choppy and not flowing. And with the effects of today, I would have never been able to do this back in '88 or in the '90s. With the effects of today, I made it sound like one smooth loop, nothing choppy, and it sound like if I played it the way it is and how it came out, you say, "How the hell did you get?" And I can't tell you how, because it wasn't like I was writing down what I did. I just did it, you know. But I know I can get there again. like the turntable I have, I very seldom use it because, like you said, I'll pull it straight from YouTube or wherever. And the beauty of the machine, or a lot of today's samplers, is that once you learn the graph, the sample, and you know where the instruments is, you can literally do stuff like you said that took a while, and just like you did on the like I did on the SB12, like just instantly chop it. Everything you want, you just go right to it. Boom, boom, boom. Remove that, and it's done. And you're good to go. But back to Fruity Loops. Fruity Loops, I just gave up. I don't know how Ninth Wonder. It was another younger dude I knew up here. He mastered it, but he was like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna find something else." Fruity Loops is, and like you said, I know him and a few other dudes now who really know how to use that Fruity Loops, and I gotta say kudos to Ninth or whoever, everybody who knows the Fruity Loops thing. That's a Fruity Loops is a project in itself. Understand, like after my SP, the 1200, I moved into the MPC 60, and I never got anything outside the MPC 60. All I did was an expansion on it, which took you to like 5 seconds sampling, and now when you leave the machine, when you leave the MP and you go to Fruity Loops, that learning curve was like, it's like if you graduated college, you went to, you did your mastering and everything, and now you find out you have to go back to school again. That's what that was like. It was like are there any similarities to what I came from? It was none. So, and that's why I love Machini, and this is why Machini kind of took out Akai in that time period with their unit, because Machini, to operate the Machini was more similar to operating a old MP than actually the Akai products was. It wasn't until recent Akai updates and new machines where they got it back similar to operating your MPC. So that was just like amazing. I'm like, how could Akai because it was the same thing. You were buying a Akai unit, but it's nothing similar to what you was doing on the MP. It was like a whole nother. Matter of fact, TR Love had a Kai, I forgot which one it was he bought, and he never touched it because of that reason. Now he got the new one, so he touches it because, like I said, it's similar techniques. But he had one Kai that he never touched. It was it was just like, I was like, I don't know. So that's why I love the Machini. It was like the same, technically the same as working the MP. So it wasn't, the learning curve wasn't, you didn't have to re-educate yourself. You just touch up a few spots and you're good to go.